English sonnets are often known as Shakespearean sonnets, after the name of Shakespeare. It is a 14-line poem, written in iambic pentameter. The poem is structured into 3 quatrains, followed by a concluding couplet. And the rhyme scheme is AB AB, CD CD, EF EF, GG. Shakespeare composed 154 sonnets. Shakespeare's sonnets are believed to be divided into 3 sections. The first 126 sonnets are called the Fair Youth Sonnets, then 127 to 152 sonnets are called the Dark Lady Sonnets, and the last 2 sonnets are probably called the Greek Sonnets. However, there were 6 additional sonnets that he included in his plays, Romeo and Juliet, Love's Labour's Lost, and Henry V. In this video we analyze the first sonnet of Shakespeare. From fairest creatures we desire increase, that thereby beauty's rose might never die. This line introduces the main theme of the poem. Humans desire the most beautiful people to reproduce, so that their beauty lives on. This line reflects Renaissance ideals of legacy and the continuity of beauty, through offspring. The poet suggests that by having children, the rose of beauty will not perish, rather it will be passed down to the new generation. The rose symbolizes both physical beauty and a timeless ideal. Shakespeare is suggesting that procreation is a kind of immortality. But as the riper should by time decease, the poet here wants to say that beautiful people also age, and they inevitably die. This line firmly establishes the theme of time. People, it does not matter how beautiful and charming they are, die with time. This line acknowledges mortality and the fleeting nature of youth and beauty. His tender heir might bear his memory. This is the line where the poet explicitly talks about procreation. A child can carry forward the beauty and charm of the parents. The poet wants to say that, as humans are mortal beings, it is not possible for them to keep their beauty and charm forever. Therefore they should reproduce. But thou, contracted to thine own bright eyes, feeds it thy light's flame with self-substantial fuel. As this is one of the Fair Youth sonnets, the poet addresses the fair youth. The young man is self-absorbed. He is in love with himself. Shakespeare directly critiques the young man for being narcissistic, and not sharing his beauty with the world through children. It is as if the young man is feeding his own beauty with himself, like a flame that consumes its own wick. Making a famine where abundance lies. Thyself thy foe, to thy sweet self too cruel. The poet is comparing the negligence of the fair youth with a famine. He believes that the beauty and charm of the young man should be carried on generationally. So, he is starkly against his ignorance. The poet believes that the youth is his own enemy. By ignoring procreation he is literally betraying himself. And here, Shakespeare uses the second person to create a personal, almost intimate reproach, calling attention to self-inflicted loss. Thou that art now the world's fresh ornament, and only herald to the gaudy spring. The poet says to the young man that, with such charm and beauty he has become the pride of the world. Here the word ornament implies admiration and aesthetic value. The youth is not just attractive, but he is rather celebrated. The term herald implies a kind of sign. The young man has become the sign of spring, symbolizing youth, renewal, and beauty. Within thine own bud buriest thy content, and, tender churl, mak'st waste in niggarding. The young man seems to bury his own potential inside his own self, just like a bud of a tree that refuses to bloom. This vivid image shows wasted potential. A flower that never opens cannot fulfill its purpose. The young man can be compared to that flower. The oxymoronic phrase tender churl suggests that the young man's gentle yet selfish nature will lead him to waste his beauty. So the poet suggests him to be less stingy. Shakespeare here inventively criticizes the young man's selfishness. His hoarding is actually wasteful. Pity the world, or else this glutton be, to eat the world's due, by the grave and thee. In the concluding couplet the poet requests the youth to have mercy on the earth and share his beauty, or else be a glutton, who keeps it all for himself. Shakespeare here plays on the idea of social duty and legacy. He is committing a sin by devouring what the world is owed. And it is his beauty that leaves nothing but a grave. So basically the poet here wants to say that if he doesn't have children, he'll take his beauty to the grave, depriving the world of its rightful inheritance. If this video helped you in any ways, consider subscribing the channel. Thanks for watching.